there such a thing as an ugly victory? Is that
You know, all wins are awesome. You know, and just because I know what these guys do every week and how hard they work and the time and the effort and their ability just to continue to battle and compete. And again, I thought we showed a great deal of resiliency as a group, but also from some individuals, which was pretty cool to see. I mean, for Bishop, after having the first half he had, and then fumbling a couple times, then to come back down in the stretch and put the game away was really cool. That was a physical game. We obviously have got a lot of guys that we need to get extensive looks at tomorrow for a variety of things. But at the end of the day, it's good to find a way to win. And you know, I think that's a sign of a good football team, that you can find a way to win a game that is ugly, that the ball's just going back and forth and one play to the next to the next. I thought Cal played hard. I thought their receivers made some tremendous catches in some one-on-one settings. But at the end of the day, our defense was good again. You know, it's unfortunate we gave up the long run on 3rd and forever. But outside of that, I thought our defensive guys did a nice job creating the turnovers, pressuring the quarterback, playing the football down the field. And the end result, we've won 2 in a row. And like I've said before, when it came to losing can be contagious, but so is winning. And winning's pretty contagious. And so that's 2 in a row. Yeah, we'll back to the drawing board to try to quit shooting ourselves in the foot so that we can play a cleaner football game.
Were the 2 passes Keith had to ASJ similar to what faith he had in Williams last week?
Yeah, they were designed for one-on-one plays, you know. Austin and Kaysen are obviously excellent in their one-on-one settings. Kaysen had another long one there at the end of the first half. We just felt like that was a decent matchup for us on the outside with those 2 guys. And Keith allowed them to make their plays.
Is that hard to go through? I mean, when there's so many like fumbles and on both sides, it seems like such a swing of emotion. But for you on the sidelines, is that hard to go through? Or do you think?
Yeah, it's hard. You know, it's hard because you know, you want to play off of the emotion, especially when it's in your favor, and you want things to go your way, and capitalize on the opportunities that you get. But you're also you want to find some rhythm in your offense too. And we just hit a stretch there where we couldn't find any rhythm. You know, we'd run it, we were losing 2. We'd try to throw it there, and you know, it was just hard. It was ugly. But we found a way to hit some runs there late to punch the thing in the end zone.
Which will lift to give you guys holding the field goals in the third quarter.
It's big. Our red zone defense was tremendous tonight. Not only early in the game creating a couple of the turnovers, but forcing the field goals. It was obviously the bend but don't break mentality was going on there for a while. And a lot of guys had to play. I mean, we had guys playing for the first time they played in their careers up front, and Jared Finau and Tani Tupou. You know, obviously with True being out there extensively, some other guys stepped in, Greg Ducre playing, and Trey Watson getting back in the fold. So that part was encouraging, that guys were able to step in while other guys were banged up and nicked up, and still able to play the scheme and ultimately make the plays, especially down in the red zone.
Steve, on the final touchdown drive, did you kind of have like a conscious thought that we were just going to pound the ball?
I was hopeful that we could do that. We were sitting, I believe it was about a 2nd and 6 there, with the ball about middle of the field, and we called a run on the 2nd down, and I was hopeful that we could get into a 3rd and short or convert into a 1st down, and sure enough, Bishop hits the run that gets us down to about the 6-inch line there that made it really easy to run it again. So the tough call would have been 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5. What do you do there? Because 3 was big to go up by 4. But you obviously, you know, the touchdown is real big, and so I was hopeful we could hit a decent run to make it a 3rd and short or convert to a 1st down, which is what we were able to do.
And the two 4th down attempts earlier in the game, look like you went to the same side on both those runs.
Yeah, you know, the first one, I don't know, they kind of got off better than we got off, it looked like to me. They kind of got into us and knocked us back a little bit. Good job by them. The second one, I thought we had a chance to get the ball on the perimeter a little bit easier. And I think Bishop maybe thought it's 4th and 1, I need to stuff it up inside. And I think if he could do it all over again, he would have just stayed outside. I think we had a chance to get something on the perimeter. But, they play too, and they did a nice job on the 4th downs. We were just in a spot in the field. The one, I think, would have been a 52-yard field goal, and I'm not sure exactly what the other one would have been. So just felt like the right thing to do was to go for it.
On that toss down the 6-inch line, maybe you weren't watching Bishop, but do you remember your impression of that run on the field as you watched it?
Well, I was actually really impressed with the run because it was designed to really go to the perimeter. And on the motion, Evan Hudson comes over. Their outside backer, I believe it was McCain, did a nice job of setting the edge and forcing the ball back inside. And it was a good adjustment by Bishop to take it inside and then bounce it back to the outside to get it down to the 6-inch line. So impressive run for a guy who had obviously a very impressive day.
Is Trufant serious at all? Or?
I don't think so. It doesn't sound like it. He went back into the game again. But he just didn't look right to me and to our trainers, so we pulled him back off the field. We're going to need him, and so hopefully with one extra day by playing on the Friday night, that can help him get back for next Saturday versus Utah.
Steve, you've had personal foul problems all year long. You've talked about it. You had a couple more that, boy, they were hard.
They were hard. We got to assess the penalties, and I feel like we're getting different types of penalties every week, and if it's not one thing, it's another. But here's another 12 penalty game, and so we're going to continue to address it. And it's not just with our words; it'll be in practice, and they won't go unnoticed, So, but that's not acceptable, it's too much. It's too hard to win, and not only is it hard to win when you have 12 penalties. But I think when you turn the ball over, I think it was 4 times, I believe. That's hard. And so for us to overcome all of that and still win this game is pretty cool.
This is the first road win in 13 months since the Utah game.
Yeah.
How big is that now?
It's huge. It's huge for us. It's for these guys, knowing we have 2 more road games this season, I think it's big from a psyche standpoint, that we're able to get on the plane and have success and feel good about winning a ball game rather than what was us, what was me, and that stuff takes its toll. And so, I don't know if it's because we wore suits and ties. I don't know what it was, but at the end of the day, we found a way to win, and we won another tight ball game in the 4th quarter that we're starting to get pretty accustomed to doing, and that's a cool thing because I think on our sideline, there's a great deal of belief. It's a tight game. These are the games we're accustomed to being in. We know how to win these games, stick to the plan, and that's what the guys did tonight.
Suits and ties were something new for this trip, or?
Yeah, it was.
What about the hat? I think you're 3-0 with
don't-
the hat. Are you going to ditch the visor?
I don't know. I'm a visor guy, but yeah.
Cody Bruns had a nice punt return, and it just seems like he's been back to fair catching a lot, and he shows an extra gear there.
Yeah, he really did. We had a wall return going, and we got the ball up the sidelines and really almost stepped out of that thing for a real big one. But Cody had a nice game again. Some of the stuff Cody does kind of goes unnoticed, that you don't see everything he does. He has a big catch there down in the red zone on the slant route that gets us down inside the 5. I believe the punt return, the blocking, the holding on the fields. He does so many of the little things that sometimes go unnoticed, but we obviously appreciate everything he does.
How much do you think this meant for Shaq to kind of make a play like that?
That was pretty cool. Said it to the team. He was going to get a big pick tonight for us, and I'm just happy that what I say comes true every once in a while. So that was cool. It was a big night for Shaq. I know Marcus Peters, it meant a lot to him coming home. DeAndre Campbell, Travis Feeney. We've got quite a few kids from the Bay. So for them to come home and play in front of their friends and family and get a win is pretty neat for those guys.
Steven, in
few more
regards
guys, please.
to the passing game, is this pretty much what this team is after 9 games? Defense, run the ball. How much more?
Well, there's more there. There's more there. That's the frustrating part for us. There's more there. We trip and fall down a couple times, dropping back to pass, and we got guys open. We drop a touchdown there on a big 3rd down play. So, hopefully one of these games we're going to put it all together and kind of get out of our own way in the passing game because our running game's really coming. And I think we found some things with Bishop. I think our offensive line continuity is coming together. It's unfortunate we got a couple holds there with Schaefer, but the end of it all, it's a good win for us. It's a good win.
You talked about the passing game.